Well, hi, everybody. I'm Mark Raven, a senior advisor with KaiNexus, and today we are doing a quick preview of our upcoming webinar. It's going to be held October 17th, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, titled The Importance of Trust in Continuous Improvement. You can register now. Go to kainexus.com/webinars, or you can look for a link in the show notes. And we're joined today by the presenter for this session, Colleen Soppelsa. She's a Lean and Six Sigma transformation leader with over 20 years of experience in various industries. So, Colleen, thank you for joining us here. How are you?
Thank you, Mark, for having me on. And I just want to say this topic of trust has been extremely important over my career, starting out about a decade of experience at Toyota, and then transitioning into the aerospace and defense industry in 2011. And one of the things that I would say impacted me the most was my onboarding experience at Toyota. When the question was asked to our sensei, why is lean continuous improvement not more successful or not more embraced in Western organizations? And he wrote the character for cancer on the whiteboard and said it's pronounced "gone" and means, obviously cancer. But the examples he gave were around internal competition and other examples that were very ego-based. So that really made an imprint upon me when I moved into the aerospace and defense industry, and I saw so many examples of this dysfunctional behavior preventing us from continuously improving.
Yeah. That's powerful imagery. Think of cancer in the organization, a lack of trust, and Toyota people talk about mutual trust. It's not just leaders demanding that their employees trust them. What was your recollection of how that was talked about? Of like the need, mutual respect, up, down, peer to peer.
Yeah, there were a lot of images used. I remember this phrase that was used, like the falcon never shows its claws. It's this idea of never demonstrating explicitly this power or influence you have. Like that humility was always really emphasized at Toyota as a strength. And your ability to unite people and elevate particularly the suppliers. I was coming out of in a supply chain role, so really elevating the customer that you're serving, be it internal or external.
So I think we'll have a chance to hear a lot more from the presentation and the Q&A that we'll be able to do. But the one thing you touched on there, and I've seen how this can be a struggle in different settings, including healthcare. Like an organization trying to embrace or implement lean tools into a relatively low trust environment. And it's not that people in healthcare are necessarily copying the direct tool, but you think of like the trust required to feel safe pulling the andon cord.
Yes, absolutely. And trust, it's such a rich topic. And I think what's necessary is to develop a language around it. What you ask, what does trust mean to 10 different people, you'll get 10 different definitions. And what I found is so helpful is if we can put it into a context. Putting it into the context of relationship to, management or leadership, relationship to our other coworkers, and the relationship of trust in our own jobs. So to see it in those three different ways, I think that allows us the language to then get to a point of action, which is ultimately where everyone wants to end up, is, how to address this.
Right. How to build trust, how to course correct. as you said in the description for the webinar, how to change the DNA
Yes.
of the organization and how to do so from the middle. So I know we're going to hear the more complete story in the webinar, again, October 17th, 1 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
But can you give us maybe one thought as a preview about, or at least giving us some hope that we can change the culture, that we can build trust?
Oh, you absolutely can. It's in the ability to tap into I would say, the entrepreneurial spirit within the middle, and having them become the advocates, the true advocates of change. And that's where I really see a lot of opportunity and hope.
Mm. Well, it's always good to get more hope and to hear stories that help people feel that hope, and as well as it's kind of tactics and methods. And so I really look forward to hearing the more complete story in the webinar. Again, October 17th. You can register now. Go to kinexus.com/webinars, or you can look for a specific link in the show notes. The Importance of Trust and Continuous Improvement, presented by Colleen Soppelsa. So Colleen, thank you for collaborating on this. Thank you in advance for the webinar, and thank you for doing the preview.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Mark.